So if you are having issues with digestion, constipation, bloating, fibroids, cysts, all these things that are down in the digestive area, this might be a book that you have a look at. Now, I can tell you, since I read it years ago and I am eating more to my blood, made a big difference to all those things for me. Now, this is it's Dr. Peter J. D'Adamo, and says, your blood type is the key that unlocks the door to the mystery of health, disease, longevity, physical vitality, and emotional strength. Your blood type determines susceptibility to illness, which foods you should eat, and how you should exercise. It is a factor in your energy levels, in the efficiency with which you burn calories, in your emotional response to stress, and perhaps your personality. The connection between blood type and diet may sound radical, but it is not. We have known that there was a missing link in our comprehension of the process that leads either to the path or the dismal trail of disease. There had to be a reason why there were so many paradoxes in dietary studies and disease survival. Hi, Dewey. There also had to be an explanation for why some people were able to lose weight on particular diets while others were not. Why some people retained vitality late in life while others deteriorated mentally and physically. Okay? SMRK2, happy Thursday, or pre-Friday as you've said. So I'm just going to read a little bit more before you start popping questions. And he also said, blood type analysis has given us a way to explain these paradoxes. And the more we explore the connection, the more it becomes. Blood types are as fundamental as creation itself. In the masterly logic of nature, blood types follow an unbroken trail from the earliest moment of human creation to the present day. They are the signature of our ancient ancestors on the indestructible parchment of history. Now we have begun to discover how to use the blood type as a cellular fingerprint that unravels many of the major mysteries surrounding our quest for good health. This work is an extension of our recent groundbreaking findings concerning human DNA. Our understanding of blood types takes the science of genetics one step further by stating that every human being is utterly unique. There is no right or wrong lifestyle or diet. There are only the right or wrong to be made based on our individual genetic codes. So, finding out what your blood type is. This book looks like it's really thick, but that's because you don't have to read all the blood types. You just read your own, whichever one you are, because there are 4 blood types. O, A, B, and AB. Okay? Now, while I'm waiting for you to ask some questions, I'm just going to read you the very short summary that he's done on the back of the book. If you're an O blood type, you need to eat meat, high protein, low carb, cut out wheat and most other grains, in vigorous aerobic exercise, and your risk factor ulcers and inflammatory diseases such as arthritis increase if you eat incorrectly for your blood type. Okay? Blood type A, vegetarian, high carbohydrate and low fat. Engage in gentle exercise such as yoga or golf. Meditate to deal with stress, and your risk factors for cancer and heart disease increase if you eat incorrectly for your blood type. If your blood type is B, you should have the most varied diet of blood types, one including meat. Yours is the only blood type that does well with dairy products. Engage in exercise such as moderate or walking, and your risk for slow-growing viruses that attack the nervous system increases if you eat incorrectly for your blood type. And the final one, before I take your questions, if your blood type is AB, you have most of the intolerances of types A and B, and you engage if you can, in calming exercise and relaxation techniques, and you have the friendliest immune system of all the blood types. So, thank you, Peter J. D'Adamo, for your little summary. And so now I'll get your questions. SK, today is National Chili Day. Ah, wonderful. Enjoy. Celebrate. Roberto, hi Agnes, what is a good routine to start and end your day? Well, good question. I think it depends on really what your work routine is, and if you're a morning person or a night person, Roberto. I know that years ago it was like, oh, you have to get up early and you have to do this and you have to meditate and yoga and all this stuff. Well, I'm a night owl, so that didn't work for me. I never stuck to it. Now I know that those morning routines are not good for me. So you got to work out, am I? And also, I think I find doing Ho'oponopono when I wake up, as in I'm still laying in bed, I start Ho'oponopono just in the silence. And then don't touch the phone, get up, make a nice, for me it's a nice homemade that I make myself. And then I stay in bed for a while and I read for half an hour. So this is my morning routine, and then shower. And in the shower, gratitude, 20 things I'm grateful for. So that's what I would be doing if you are perhaps a late hatcher. Depends on your job too, what time you got to get to work. And for the evening, I find, just simple things such as listening to a meditation as you fall asleep. I don't personally like people talking to me while I'm falling asleep. It keeps me awake. So I find things like ocean waves. I listen to Australian animal birds, like the dusk birds, the birds you hear at dusk, or crackling fire. Those are things that help me go into sleep. And it also the noise out. If there's any noise outside in the neighborhood, depending on where you live, it's a great way to mask those noises so they don't keep you awake. That's my simple routine. And, I think it's also, meditation's good too, but it's working out what types of meditations work for you in the morning and at night. Choose the ones that suit the way you like to go to sleep and the way you like to wake up. Okay, hope that helps, darling. Jazz, hi Agnes, what to do about and feelings of hopelessness over a long loved one in my life, over a loved one in my life, even though it was my decision, I miss them. Well, I think depression is just repetitive habitual thoughts over and over again, and you've become good at them. That's all. So the thing to get you over depression and hopelessness is thinking those thoughts that you are thinking. Now, very easy to say. When I was depressed, it was like, gee, this is tough. So I think it is about the real practice. Ho'oponopono is a great way to change the track in your mind, the repetitive thoughts of depression, the repetitive thoughts of hopelessness. And also, I think it's reminding yourself love isn't over there with that person. I am love, and love comes from me. So I need to get better at generating it within me through the practice of my thinking, in making better choices with my thoughts. That's why I think Ho'oponopono is good, because it's just a general, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. You're not trying to affirm anything specific. You're not trying to include that person in your thought process at that time. And I think it's a great way to level yourself and rebalance yourself. Okay? Now, I would try that. Let me just scroll back a bit here. Jazz, I would scroll back. What am I saying? I would go back to those practices, Ho'oponopono, and when you feel better, I am love. Okay? It's getting to the place where you remind yourself that love comes from within. It's not when I get together with someone, that's where the love is. Love is here with you every moment. Practice the thoughts that bring it up and generate it and connect us to source. Okay? Try that. Roberto, it's called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And you just really, you don't need to read everybody else's types, you just read yours once you know what your blood type is. So it makes the book look fat, but that's because there's 4 blood types in here. Okay. My pleasure, my pleasure. Savanson, hello to you. My intuition tells me it's the right time to reach out. Okay, well, ask yourself, okay, is it my or is it need? Because sometimes it can be easy to mix those up. I'm not saying that it isn't your intuition, but be clear before you do that, I would say. Okay? Kayla, my friend got rejected by a girl. He is very disturbed. Can you help or motivate him? Kayla, I can't help or motivate him. He has to do that. He has to practice self-love. See, if he's got rejected and he's in a place, you need to direct him to self-love meditations, affirmations, okay? Kayla, I'm not sure why your comment has showed up 5 times here. So I'm just going to remove, those. Because just if you type a message, you might have typed it by accident that many times, I'm not sure, but can I, just suggest that you, if you've typed it once, that you just type it once, okay? SMRK2, how are you consistent action-wise and clarity when manifesting, starting a new business, especially with negative blockers? I'd like to build in secrecy to protect that. Sometimes it's hard to do. Consistent SMRK2, I used to, when I started my business, I used to just get those little yellow post-it notes, and each week, Sunday night, I would sit down and I would do the 3 things I'd written on that list. Now, the total of those things wouldn't take more than about an hour. So if, say I did, and it took, say I did the first thing, it might be research something, talk to someone, look up a course, ring someone up and say, hey, can you give me a bit of your time? Can I have coffee with you because I need some information? Are you willing to help me? That I did for about 2 years to build my business. Every Sunday night I sat down. Now, if over the week, say the first thing took an hour, then the other 2 things would for the next week, okay? I never did more than an hour because I was working a full-time job then, okay? So try that and keep it up, okay? So I'm not sure what you mean about the negative blockers, though. Do you mean people? You build it in secrecy. I didn't tell anyone I was doing YouTube and coaching for, I think it was at least a year. Not even my family, my friends, no one. I just did what I was doing because I didn't know if it was going to work. And I didn't want people poking at me about it. S25. And yes, I'm doing your meditations to manifest an ex back, but until now, no results. Hopeless because still no response from him. Doing Ho'oponopono as well, but nothing to helps put me on a high vibration. Well, it sounds to me like you're trying to get S25. I'm not getting enough. I'm not getting enough. I want more. I'm dissatisfied. I'm dissatisfied. If you're trying to get anything, it doesn't work. You have to work on filling yourself up with love and radiating that love out. I would let go of doing the Manifest Your Ex Back meditation, and I would put my focus on doing the self-love meditations and the radiating. Ho'oponopono is good, but the thing is, I suppose too, how have you been doing this as well? Because, you know, things don't happen overnight as well, okay? Self-love takes time to grow roots And I would put 90% of my focus on the self-love and the radiating love, and 10% on any X-back stuff. You have to have a good foundation within you to get there, okay? That's when you see changes, when you're stable, when you feel loved, when you feel relaxed, when you feel happy, when you're secure. If you're feeling hopeless, you're thinking love is over there and I need to get it. So you've got to let go of, he's my source of love, he's my source of love, I need to get him, I need to get him, because that doesn't work, okay? Despite what a lot of people say. Jazz, my pleasure. Robert, no problem. Jessica, what's the best self-love meditations you can recommend? Well, Jessica, there's a whole playlist on my meditation channel. Some have got, for each meditation, this I started a while ago. For each meditation, I've got a music version and a voice-only version because, you know, some people like it this way, some people like it that way. Work through that playlist, self-love meditations, and then collect the ones that you prefer, because it really is about what you like. And it needs to be that you listen and you resonate with it. So I've got a playlist there, use it, and pick out and choose the ones you prefer, okay? SMRK2, thank you, so helpful. No problem, no problem. Moonchild, why my small wishes and thoughts manifest so quickly and effortlessly, but my deepest desires hasn't manifested yet? Probably because you're more attached, probably because you're more, let's say, it's easier to get destabilized by a big desire because it's a big desire. So, you know, keep working with it, Moonchild. Don't give up. Just get to a point where you are, give thanks for the small stuff. You got to practice gratitude rather than I'm not getting what I want, I'm not getting what I want, I'm not getting what I want. Because that's the child energy, and that is a repelling energy. Okay? SMRK, yes, people, what meant by negative blockers. Okay. Or roadblocks in general. Makes sense. Thank you. Oh, no worries. Yeah, I kept things close to my chest because I didn't want any interference, because sometimes people do interfere. Sometimes people support, but sometimes people don't. Or they go, why are you doing that? And then it's like, now I'm trying to start my business, and then I've got to try and not be affected by the comments you've made. And we do get affected, especially if it's people love. So, yeah. Hope that helps. Jazz, in the future, is radiating love enough to reattract your person? Or do I need to reach out and talk to them? Radiating love is enough if your self-love is stable, secure. You can do just self-love and attract someone back. Okay? Now you said, do I need to reach out and talk to them? They know I love them but needed space. Well, if they needed space and they said they needed space, leave it. Do not force, push, chase. Now you've said, I want to become secure in my own love before. Yeah, but I would, if they're the one that said they needed space, I would give them space until they're ready to come back. Respect people's space. Don't keep trying to stand there going, hey, I'm here, remember me. Get yourself love ordered. Okay? Hello, Selma. I'm good, my love. Big hugs to you. My amazing life. Hello? So love belongs to us. Love is us. We are love because we come from God, source, infinite intelligence. But we lose our way. That love only happens to us when we are in a relationship with someone. So love is always here. It's how good you are at sitting, calling it up, generating it, and getting it going in your body. And then when you feel good, you send it out to the people that you love and cherish. Jessica, my pleasure. Ashley, How can I manifest great success in social fame? Okay, firstly, I need to ask you, why do you want that? And great success and achievement in digital success. You need to learn the skills to do it, as in to work out what are you going to give. Because all of what you said is really focused on what am I. You got to learn to see what is it I'm going to give that's of value in the marketplace, and then also have a good mindset at the same time. Okay? Tiny cottage. It's been 3 years to manifest my SP, and I'm 30 plus, but he never returned. Okay, but what have you actually been doing to manifest them? That's the question. And there's nothing wrong with being 30 plus, but the fact that you mentioned it tells me you think there's something wrong with being 30 plus. There's nothing wrong with any age. Why do you see that as a negative would be my question. Okay? Selma, I'm so curious. Are thinking of someone, is this when you see signs like their initials, etc., or is it when you are manifesting someone that you see their initials and places you went to? I'm going to read that again. When you are thinking of someone, is this when you see? Yes, sometimes. Yeah, especially on car license plates, billboards, things like that. Or is it only when you're manifesting someone? No, not only when you're manifesting someone, Selma. Sometimes it is just, you see, you're thinking about them and you see certain things. It's a focus-based universe. That's what Abraham says all the time, Abraham Hicks. So it shows you what you focus on is what it comes in. It gives you, oh, you're thinking about that. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. It's fun. Tiny cottage, please help. What should I focus on? You need to focus on your self-love, and you need to also stop trying to get by doing your self-love and owe that love to the other person. Okay? Jazz, I was the one that needed space. Oh, okay. If you're the one that needed space, different kettle of fish. If you feel that you've had the space that you need, I would ask yourself the question, how do I feel in regards to my self-love? Once you can say consistently that you're an 8 or more, that's when I would reach out. Until then, do not. It's better to show up in the state possible. It makes for much better conversations. S25, thank you, Agnes. Will self-love meditations then, but how to leave wish for him. I know he is not source of happiness, but it's hard to leave and forget. You don't have to forget. You don't have to forget, but you have to get your stability mentally, emotionally. Okay? Always. Everything that goes wrong in relationships, opinion, unless it's about money or family, is a self-love issue. 90% of the time. Okay? So it's not about forgetting. It's improving yourself and saying, what did I learn from the separation? And what is it I need to work on within myself so I don't end up in this position again? Okay? Shimmery, my SP seems into me when I'm with him, but then I don't hear from him for a week. Told him I don't enjoy that, but he still does it. What's the difference between boundaries and self-respect? Well, Shimmery, if you're doing, I don't hear from him. I'm not getting enough. I want more. He needs to change. It never, ever, ever gets the person to do what you would like them to do. If you don't hear from him for a week, ask yourself, what assumptions have I got about him? If that's in front of me, what am I doing that's creating this? Because you're making it about him, making it that he's not doing the right thing and he needs to change. You cannot get there from, you got your ladder up the wrong wall. We need to change when we are having thoughts of, it's not enough, I want more, I'm dissatisfied. That's all in you. Get into a state of love and stop making this person they need to do certain things so I'm happy. because that is a endless cycle of suffering for you. Okay? Doesn't matter if he's done this in his past relationships. He's probably attracted women that do the same. That's why he keeps doing it. It does give me anxiety, but that's on you. He's not doing anything to you. You're doing the anxiety yourself, and then you want him to change so your anxiety goes away. You deal with your anxiety, and then the thing changes, you see. It's the other way around. Why does it give you anxiety? Question. What thoughts am I having is the question. What am I doing to myself to cause my own suffering is the question. Okay? Yog. I finally made it. Well done! Glam Pam, how can I lose my fear of becoming famous, which is holding me back from helping others with my knowledge? Glam Pam, I wouldn't even focus on that. I just wouldn't go down that road. Just help people and see from that stuff. Just step away from it. Just be of service. That's it. How can I be of service? God, where is it that you would have me be of service today? And just do that. Let go of this famous completely. Let's see how that feels. Shimmery, I told him we can be friends, but I don't like this in a romantic relationship. Shimmery, you're still focusing on him? Then he is not going to change. People don't change when they feel you're trying to control them. And that's what you do. You want him to be different. And he's repelled by what you're saying, what you're doing. So you can continue down that track and continue with what's going on, or you can make the change, as in radiate love and let go and stop trying to control people. And if you don't like it, then you step away, but it's not this, I need you to change, I want you to be different, I need you to change, I want you to be different. Okay? It doesn't work, as you know, because you're living it. Okay? Patricia, what do you think about I was in love with somebody and I've tried to manifest him. I'm trying to manifest him, but I discovered the right person for me at all. Okay. That's okay. I think it's just course correct. It's just saying, now I know better. I can look for something else. People match us where we are, but times we start to change and the other person is revealing to us the things that are not to our liking, and that's okay. It's all right. Say, I am willing to release and let go, and thank you for the lesson, and I will be open to someone that matches me where I am. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, might even be sexually, financially, intellectually, all those things. Okay? Shimmery, is this me trying to get? Yes, it is. Navi, I hope you see my message this time. It got skipped a few times. Navi, please don't be demanding on me. I do not like it when people, and I'm not skipping messages, I'm doing them all in a row, okay? Please don't get needy on me, because that's repelling, okay? Do not. Jazz, is it possible to help an with self-love and projecting out living in the end for their stability and best possible outcome? I know I caused this and I can't fix it entirely. That's good. That's good insight, Jazz. People have to want to help. You can imagine the best for them and imagine that they're healthy and happy and at peace, because when people are in addiction, they're in turmoil and torment on the inside. That's why they choose the addiction to shove all that. So, yes, you can imagine the very for people, and imagine the peace and the calm and the stability in them. Yes. You can do it as a little prayer. You could do it as an affirmation. I'm happy and grateful now that so-and-so, say the name, is now living a happy, healthy, content, and calm life. But I would say that, Jazz, only do it if you know that's what they want for themselves. Otherwise, we can be, say, accused of interfering. So if you know somebody wants something for themselves, but they just can't get there, no problem. If it's something that you want for them because you see them suffering, be mindful of that, okay? Okay. Yog, my question is how to be and continue working on them every day. I realize that I affirm and become focused, it accelerates, but it suddenly halts and I lose the momentum. Well, no, I would say this, I lose the momentum, it halts. Okay, and you don't have to do it every day. I think this work gets, it's too much to do every day. Do 4 days a week, maybe 5. Okay, and then allow yourself some days to go in nature, watch a series on Netflix, be with your friends, go out secondhand shopping, go rollerblading, go dancing at a club, something. Break this stuff up because it gets very intense. Nabadita, does manifestation work? Well, after 30 years of doing it, I will say to you in one word, yes. Chewy, thank you, Agnes. Love seeing you live. Big hugs, darling. Shamira, thank you. My pleasure. Glam Pam, my pleasure, my love. Soothing. Hi, Agnes. Does the everything is you pushed out, it's all our responsibility? No, because I see a lot of people blame themselves with this, especially women. Every pushed out is a guide for whatever it is in front of you. It's okay, I'll give you an example. If using the addict example, if someone was an addict before they met you, then they're with you, they hide their addiction, and then eventually you start, they've got an addiction. Then you break up because you don't want to be around that, and they're still an addict after they leave you. You didn't cause the addiction. You didn't cause it, you can't cure it for them. You can imagine the best for them, but it's the fact that they did it in front of you. That's the everyone's you pushed out. As in, what is it in me that I'm with someone that puts their addiction first and me? That would make me go, okay, that must mean I'm second best, I'm not good enough, and I perhaps don't matter in me. And then that dovetails the addict when they're in addiction. Okay? Hopefully that helps. Okay, I'm going to take a few more questions. What I meant was working on my goals. Sorry, hypo. Yog, I do. My question is how to be consistent and continue working on them every day, the goals. Okay, I realize that I affirm and become focused, it accelerates, but suddenly halt and I lose the momentum. Look, it's just the turtle wins the race. When it halts for a bit, go, what is it I need to do? Am I taking care of myself? Am I fertilizing my dreams with love? Or hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. You see. Do things with a soft open hand. Gentle, loving, and then things can unfold quickly. I'm not against things happening quickly at all. Okay? So it's just, but do things and know that it will unfold when the timing is right. I've had some things take 10 years. That's all right. It's just, it was a big goal and it took a while and I needed to learn things and letting things unfold. Other things happen in a month or 2 weeks. So it's just allowing life to bring things. When you're ready, it comes. When you are ready, mentally, emotionally. Not when you say you're ready, not when you want, when you are actually ready. The universe always knows when you're ready, or God, or Source. Okay? Tiny Cottage, thank you and gratitude. Learned a lot from you. Loads of love from India, Bangladesh, and my self-love. Thank you. That's the way, darling. Look, if you do that and make that the priority, it's like everything around you takes care of itself. Ritila, you helped me a lot with the meditations. I'm so grateful for you, and yes, my pleasure, Ritila. I'll be putting up some new meditations. I've done the audio recording, but I've sent it to the girl that works for me. She's going to add music, and then I can upload the voice and the music versions. Soothing Whispers. It did. Thank you, Agnes. Lots of love. Back at you, darling. Nabidita. How to manifest dream job. Will I have to change my self-concept? If yes, do I need firm? Well, I'm not sure if your self-concept is good or not. I have a look at the dream job playlist. It is on this channel. There are success stories, there are tips. Work your learning what's needed. Dream job, I think it's really about looking what I give to something rather than what I can get from it. If you can present that in your email correspondence, in your interviews, such a change in how people will respond, because people that go for job interviews are often in a, what are you going to give me? How much are you going to pay me? It's all about me, 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 me. What are you going to give me? And it's like a business owner or a company, when someone says, I'm going to, what is it that I can help? I want to be of service. I want to give whatever it is that your company needs. When someone hears that, it's a totally different interview. Okay? So everyone, lots of love. I will do lives for you next week again. I'm going to do 2 30-minute or so lives each week for a while. Now that the book clubs were stopped for a while, I'm going to change and do these for you. And that way we can have, access to conversation and discussion about what it is that you really need. Okay? Lots of love, everyone. And I will see you next week. It will be the same 2 days as it was this week, so that you know when it is and at the same time. And I will put a little reminder at community tab in case you go, oh, what did she say? I can't remember. Okay. Tiny Cottage, last question. Lots of love. Bye. Bye-bye. Last question, how to connect to take coaching from you. Oh, you can just go to the website. It's myname.com. And you will see all different types of coaching there, and you can just book whatever suits you, darling. Lots of love, everyone. And may you improve your self-love and self-worth and really get to the place where your self-love is so good, the jobs, the relationship, the X's, the SPs, it all just comes to you because you're really attractive to be around, emotionally and energetically. Cheers, everybody. Lovely discussion.